Good evening. Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome to Heart with the Taylors. We want to first get this out the way that we don't own any rights to any music playing in the background. We're going to go ahead and tag a few people. So as we do that, go ahead and like and share and let people know that we're on the air.
Good evening to all of you, and welcome to Heart with the Taylors. So glad to be on tonight. Y'all know how I am. I get excited. I get excited being on with Lady Taylor, but she puts me in some compromising positions with these topics and stuff. And so I'm gonna try to be nice tonight and ride with her and see how this thing go. Hope she don't set me up too bad tonight.
I don't never set him up, y'all.
Don't y'all believe that? Don't y'all believe that?
Just don't know how I'm going to go sometimes, I guess, with the answers or with the questions. But you know how they go. You gonna hear the truth.
Whatever. But I am ready. I'm ready. As they always say, it's tea time. So I'm ready to be a part of this experience tonight. To see what I can see with this here. You see, she got me playing all kinds of music and stuff on here tonight. And hello to all of you.
Good evening, good evening. How you guys doing? Good evening for those that are just now coming in. We're just tagging a few people, letting them know we're on. Like, share. I don't know if you can still host a watch party.
You still can host a
watch
party.
Party? We'll host a watch party.
Yeah, you can host a watch party. Yeah, if they so choose to, we'd love for you to help us
build the audience.
Yeah, help in the room tonight.
And while we're talking about building, if you all can go on our Instagram page and follow us. Go on Instagram and follow us. Also, go and subscribe on YouTube if you have not already done so. We really appreciate that if you can do that.
Hey, Sister Fisher. Sister McCoy. Hey, Claudette. Hey, Sister Faye.
Yolanda said, you can handle it, cuz. That's right, he can handle it.
I don't know if I can handle it now. And I don't know if she's talking to me. Because I used to be her favorite brother cousin. But ever since Heart to Heart has come on, she has switched up on me. So, I'm going to try to ride out. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Yogi. How you doing? All right.
Minutes is 6:02. You know we like to start on time, just giving a few people time to get in here. Come on now, get in here.
Lady Taylor, she'll do. You know her. She's a little different than me.
Yeah, you know you like to get in and take off.
If it was Bible study time, you know Pastor Taylor would already be gone.
Yes.
I'd already be gone. Yes, I would have already been ran off.
Yes, Sister Faye, it is. It is tea time. Tea time.
Is it?
Yes, tea time with the Taylors. Yes, it is.
Well, I plead the fifth tonight. I'm going to drink a little water. I don't want to get caught up in this tonight. So I'm going to make sure I'm able to handle what goes down.
Okay.
No tea for me.
You finna catch this tea too.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So you can still play. Tonight's topic is it okay for Christians to show affection in public?
What?
I wanna hear you guys. What do you guys think? Is it okay for Christians to show affection in public?
What?
What do you guys think? Let me know what you're thinking.
I'd like to see that.
I would
like
love
to see
to
that.
know what you guys think.
Let me see who is on here. And I know I got some of my members on here. My cousin said I'm still her favorite. I'm still her favorite. I'm great. Yeah, I'm still her favorite brother, cousin. Sister Fish said yes.
Yes.
Sister Catrice McCoy says I don't like it. We're going to deal with that, Sister McCoy. No, we're going to deal with it. Let's not deal with it all in one.
Okay.
We're going to deal with that. I'm going to be able to help you with that, Sister McCoy. It's a possibility. Claudette said yes.
Yes.
Sister Faye said yes.
Yes.
Okay. Come on now. Come on, Yolanda. What do you think, Yolanda?
Let us know what you think. How you feel about it. Do you think it's okay for Christians to show affection in public?
Sister Betty Stewart Lowe, are you still on with us? I'd like to hear from you guys.
Because, and I asked this question because
she's ready.
I am.
She won't even let y'all answer. She's so ready. She won't even let y'all answer.
Well,
That's why I'm drinking water tonight.
I asked the question because a lot of people have opinions about that and wonder, is it okay for Christians to show affection in public?
And you have to also be careful when you ask that question. What type of relationship are you in as far as being affectionate? Mm-hmm. Because if you're in a certain type of relationship, I don't think you should be expressing extras if you're not in a meaningful relationship, mm-hmm. or if you're not in a marriage or you're not in a committed relationship. I'm not a fan of it.
Well, but
you know how I'm gonna work it. I got Bible.
You know how he's gonna work it. He's gonna give you straight Bible.
I'm gonna flip that Bible on tonight.
He's gonna give you straight Bible, and I'm ready for it. I am so ready for it, you guys. I am ready.
She absolutely is not.
Yes, I am.
She is not. She thinks she is. I'm gonna walk in a corner, then walk her out, and since I am her husband, I can kiss her hand and let her know, baby, it's all right. Come on, let's work tonight.
That's right, Sister Fisher. You just can't go overboard with it. And affection, there are many ways to show affection. Let's get that out first of all. There are many ways to show affection. That can be, affection. We're going to say PDA, which it stands for public displaying of affection.
Absolutely.
Physical intimacy in the view of others. Physical affection has been defined as any touch intended to arouse feelings of love in the giver or recipient. So that's public display of affection.
That's public display of affection.
Right.
Affections are okay, but I heard you say intimacy also, so that's different, right?
Right, that is different. Okay,
affection and intimacy is totally different.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But it's also a part of...
They go hand in hand.
Right.
But intimacy is something that's done in a private, sometimes in a private realm.
Right.
You don't want to be so disrespectful in the public with your private actions.
Right. And that's why I say, there is I feel like my opinion, it's just my opinion. There is nothing wrong with showing affection in public, but you must always remember in everything that you do, there is a time and a place. And most importantly, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
And it's who you do it with.
Correct.
Okay.
And well, I'm talking about spouses.
That's all. There we go.
About
there we
even
go.
Partners that are in a committed relationship.
There we go.
I'm even talking about if there's a close friend, because showing affection could be simply holding hands, walking with somebody, holding arms. That could be affection.
Okay.
So affection could be me sitting with you, just rubbing your head.
Okay. I'm enjoying all of this right now.
So, I'm not just saying, I'm talking about the singles that are dating. I'm talking about the couples that are married. I'm talking about people that are planning on long-term commitment with each other. Those are the people I'm talking about. And I see nothing wrong with showing affection.
I don't either.
In the public.
I don't either.
It's all about how you show affection.
because and that's the area where I want to deal sometimes in that area. Y'all know that Pastor Taylor is big on showing affection. Lady Taylor gets all of that, some and more. And I'm not going to bag up for anybody because my relationship is based on how God sees me and what God has approved as far as how I love my wife. Mm-hmm. He told me to love her as I love the church. And so that means it makes no difference how a person feels about the affection I show her. I'm going to make sure I do it with godly tact. I'm going to be respectful with it. But she's also my wife. Okay. So, but sometimes people can get, matter of fact, the Bible speaks even in Genesis on how it was that you can meet an individual with a holy kiss. Now, in the day's time we live right now, Lady Taylor, you can't do that. Mm-mm. And the reason why you can't do that, because you almost mess around, catch a charge, get beat up, you hear me? Or you might catch, it might be somebody might say sexual harassment, or someone has overstepped their bounds. What that would be is when I meet my Christian brother or sister, I would watch this, and then biblically I would kiss her on the forehead or kiss him on the forehead, but it was done in a way that it was not disrespectful. But we live in a day now which is no respect to who have been dishonored, because people are dishonor you emotionally with certain little simple things that they do in church because they have perverted spirits. Mm-hmm. They have perverted spirits. I am a champion and a cheerleader for Christian affection. Yes. Because it also shows that the unadulterated love of God. That's what I believe in. That's my foundation. And so my foundation should be in a loving foundation, and I should express loving affection. Now, Sister McCoy, she says that I'm not one who's big on it. Now, it all depends on what are you trying to get out of that relationship. Are you dating? Are you looking for something long-term? Because there are a few things that really brought that out of me and Lady Taylor's relationship. First of all, we were on the same accord. Mm-hmm. That means we wanted the same stuff. Right. But then not only were we on the same accord, our minds and our hearts and our spirit connected, we also had an attraction. Mm-hmm. It was something that attracted her to me and me to her. So because we had a similar attraction, we were able to, Lady Taylor was big on the fact, it hurt me though. She's big on the fact, let's do this thing right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, keep it together. Keep it together. So we were on the same accord. We had an attraction for one another. But if we were going to do it right, that means if I was going to be affectionate or overly affectionate, I had to do it biblically. I had to do it God's way. She didn't just want to be a girlfriend. She didn't just want to be a live-in. She wanted to be a wife. And as you see, I had to put a ring on it.
No pressure.
Sister McCoy said, I'm dating someone. Okay, Sister McCoy, watch this. Ain't nothing wrong with you and Mr. Brother walking together, talking together. Even if you feel a need, now watch it, you feel a need to hold hands and look at one another. Because there are two things you'll find out. You'll find out if he is the one or he's not. Mm-hmm. And dating is just that. Dating is a filtering process. Yes. You pray about those things, but dating is a filtering process. You can say, you know what? I like you, but you ain't the one. Mm-hmm. I like you, but I can't live with you. I like you, but guess what? We can't express the same type of love because we ain't going to go any further than this. We have a good friendship. We understand this. We have a common goal, and that's to get to heaven, but we ain't going to be able to do it together. I can't. Just in case y'all hanging out one time, that joker break out with one of them gargoyle laughs, and you said, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Or that joker sit up at the table, pull his shoes off, and spank up the whole room. You said, no, I can't do nothing about them. It's just certain quirks that you can't get over. And you have to understand, is this going to be it?
Now, when dating and showing affection, to me, dating, you really don't have to that's not a muscle. That's not nothing. It's nothing wrong with not showing your affection in public if you're just dating. Because really dating is just like, you getting to know somebody, you trying to see if you guys could be friends, you trying to figure things out. Now, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you feel like you got to hide, you don't want to show no affection, or he trying to hold your hand and you pulling away, or he pulling away, and I would feel like something's wrong with that.
I would too.
It showed like no interest. Now, or you are ashamed? Are you ashamed of being with that person, or are you? Because there's nothing wrong with holding hands, showing affection. To me, that says that, hey, he is with me and we're together. To me, that when I see people showing affection with one another, to me that says that, hey, they're a couple. They are together. Now, if I see you and y'all ain't holding hands, y'all just laughing, and because we laugh and we talk and we walk. And if somebody walk up to your partner that you supposed to be your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and what if somebody come up there, and be like, hey, can I get your number or something? Then you'll be wishing you was showing some affection.
I'm gonna tell you.
It kind of separate to me.
I'm gonna tell you something that I do, which lets you know I was raised right, but chivalry is not dead. I open her doors. I open the car door. I open restaurant doors. I pull her chair out. I try to make sure she's okay. All of that stuff. I try to make sure she's covered if she's cold. All of those things, because all of those also, once again, are displays of affection. But now some people think we're prudish, and that's problematic. What do you mean we're prudish? Some people think we're hypocritical because people don't think saved folk are supposed to be loving folk.
Oh.
And that is foolishness.
Crazy.
How could you ever show me, be an example of love before me, especially couples love, godly love?
Yes, we're supposed to be the example of what
agape love
it looks like.
I'm not supposed to express erotic love in front of you because that's love between a husband and wife. But I can show you the agape, the philios. I can show you the storage. These are all the other types of love that I can express to you. How will you ever know love and nobody never walks and lives love in front of you? Mm-hmm. Why should I be ashamed to love what God has given me in the public? But I do know this is a problem. Dating. If there's no public display, and I'm talking about when you have arrived to a place where you believe you guys have connected on a level that's greater than your friendship. When you
made that commitment that, hey, you're my man.
She said commitment.
I'm your woman.
She said commitment.
When you have made a commitment to a person, you're my man and I'm your woman. I feel like display of affection is necessary.
The problem is, it ain't what you do in the public that I believe is the problem. I believe it's what you do in private that is the problem. Because sometimes we don't have boundaries to keep it together. You get to holding hands, you get to rubbing, and you go somewhere you really don't need to be. Now, I know some folk believe that you better drive the car before you buy it. But you need me to be right, don't you? You want me to be right. And I know a lot of us have driven a car before we purchased it. You don't always, hey, I already know. I know it's hard to hard with the sailors. You got to be transparent. But you want to see how fast it goes, how well it rides. You want to see how well it holds up in rough terrain. You want to see how long you can go on one tank of gas. You feel where I'm coming from. Y'all ain't got to like me tonight, but you know where I'm going with this.
Suspicious that you ain't driving my car.
Hey.
Don't let him drive your car.
Suspicious. That joker, hey, because some jokers, especially if they ain't bought the car, they'll dog it out.
Okay.
You hear me? They'll get it out of line and it won't be riding straight no more.
So we got to purchase first.
Hey, look, I'm trying to tell you now. And he don't even have no right looking in the trunk. Do you hear me? He don't even need to know what's up under the hood. Mm-mm. Y'all ain't got to like me tonight. I just want to tell you what God loves.
Tell him he got to purchase first.
Purchase the car. You can ride it as long as you want. Because guess what? It's your car to eat.
Okay.
And always keep it clean. You help me keep it happy. Make sure you always tune it up.
Okay.
I'll run on with them. Y'all know I tune that car up. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't got to like me tonight.
But again,
Oh!
affections of kisses, hugs, holding hands, and let me say kisses. I mean kisses like pecks. Kisses.
Oh!
There's nothing wrong with that.
Now, watch this. She left a little oil on the lips. But watch this.
But when you go to doing kisses where your tongue's going across, now that's some home private stuff.
But now she just showed you a peck. Now you ain't got no business knowing what language we speak. So if you out there French kissing and tongue kissing and come on, bring it back in.
For home.
Bring it back in, because guess what? I do want you to understand this. The Bible said if that thing offends your brother or your sister, stop.
Right.
If it offends your brother or your sister, because guess what? I don't need you wondering what me and Lady Taylor got going on. That ain't your business. Right. But all I need you to know is I love her.
That's right.
I'm going to take care of her, and she's well kept. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And don't you wonder and worry. You don't need to wonder and worry how she's being well kept. Just know she's been well kept.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's our private business. But I'm not going to be ashamed of loving her outside.
Right. Or hugging, or holding, We're married people, and it's okay for us to hug. It's okay for me to give my husband some kisses because we're married. We're married. It's okay. But people feel like, as Christians, you shouldn't be seen kissing. You shouldn't be seen hugging too tight.
Some people really think it's sickening.
Yeah.
They really think it's appalling. I'm going to tell you what happened one night. Pleasant Grove, I love y'all, because I got some Pleasant Groves on here tonight. I'm telling you what happened. Me and my wife our church throws us what's called a gala. Gala.
It's anniversary.
And they usually do it during the time of Valentine's and stuff. So it's like a Valentine gala, but it also goes over into our pastor and wife's anniversary and stuff. And so me and Lady Taylor, I dance with my members. We might do some line dances and things of that magnitude, and might step in the name of love, and whatever the case may be. And me and Lady Taylor was out there dancing one night, and one of our guests says, "Is that how Christians conduct themselves?" Oh, she messed with my soul. Then I told her, I said, "Ma'am, I need you to understand this. First of all, that's my wife. Me and my wife have 5 children. We did get one of our children on oh Lord, Stand By Me. Not one son, not one child did I get on Amazing Grace. Not one son. Y'all ain't got to like me tonight. Not one son, not one child did I get on I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. But every now and then you might catch us riding with some Isley Brothers or some Al Green or some Bobby Womack and Lake Taylor. She ain't all gospel. She on Saturday morning.
I like all music.
She might like all music, but she a blues girl at heart.
I love
so all of that, and so I had to ask the question. So you mean to tell me that I can preach love? You mean to tell me that I'm supposed to live good love, but I can't show it?
Where they do that at?
Huh? You mean tell me I can preach love? I'm supposed to live love, but whatever I do, don't let me show love. How will you know?
I think that's the most beautiful thing that people can see, and that is that when you see married people, couples, loving on each other, it motivates the single people to want to get there and be there one day. And
I got members on here tonight that can tell you, you should have seen a kink in my armor by now, because I don't do this. I don't do this for you. I do this for him. Yeah. I love this girl. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no doubt in my little mind that I love this girl with everything God will allow me to love her and not be disrespectful to him.
I love you too, baby.
Do you?
I do.
Help me tonight. That's right, Claudia. It is crazy. It is crazy.
It is really, people think that.
Watch this. Can I give you a Bible scripture? You let me. Yeah. It's these Christian folks showing emotion, right?
Come on with a little bit.
We're
not going to preach on here today. Come on.
Yeah, I'm going to preach today.
We're not preaching today.
Colossians 2:2 says this. I'm going to preach. You don't care what she's talking about.
We're not preaching today.
Colossians 2:2 says this. That their hearts might be comforted. Watch this. by knitting together it in love. Come on here tonight. How will a person ever know if we're not even know about love, if we're not even able to express love?
Right.
He says, but the two ought to be able to come together and knit their hearts together.
Yes.
See, it ain't just about being physical. But if something inside of me that is internal, something inside of me that is something that you can't see has connected with something inside of her, because what comes from the heart reaches the heart.
Yes.
So we've knitted our love together, and every now and then you might see the fact that we love each other, because guess what? You hear me? But you got folk, and you got folk that ain't got their life right, that have a problem with the fact that we have passion. And it's not perverted.
Right.
It's just love.
It's just love.
Oh, come on here tonight. You mean to tell me you got an issue with me loving my wife? Or her loving her? What's it? We are creatures of affection, spiritual, emotional, and physical. That's right, Angie.
Right.
Angie, you are spot on. You are spot
right.
on. God created us as creatures of love, and our total being is to express love.
Yes. And affection is one way of expressing love. And people think affection, you think affection, you automatically, some people think intimacy. It's not just intimacy.
No. But you know what? You don't want me, watch this, and then you ain't gotta like me tonight. You don't want me to show affection to my wife. But it'd be wrong if I didn't speak to you. It'd be wrong if I didn't hug you. It'd be wrong if I didn't shake your hand. It'd be wrong if as a leader, I didn't show you love as a leader because you're a sheep of mine and because you're a believer in Christ. It'll be wrong for me not to show some type of affection who God gave me.
Right.
And like I said, once again, it's never going to be perverted. It's going to be passion. And it's going to be practical, because I only will apply the principles of God.
And you know what's so crazy?
What's crazy? Talk to me.
We expect people to show affection to friends. It's okay to show affection to friends. It's okay to show affection to our members, your associates. But when it comes to your spouse, people downplay that you should show affection. They ask you as in the church as the greeters to greet people, show affection, give hugs, shake hands. They ask you to do that type of stuff in the church.
Wow.
But when it comes to spouses holding each other or giving each other hugs and stuff like that, people frown on it.
Now watch this. Hebrews, I'm getting some more about Hebrews. Now watch this. This gonna mess with all what you think. Hebrews chapter 13. Verse 1 through 4 says this. Watch this. Let brotherly love continue. First of all,
yes.
that's just us having a godly love toward one another. We should be in a loving, as Sister David says, we are just loving creatures.
Right.
God made us that way. He says, so let brotherly love continue. But guess what he says there? Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. So you got to be careful to always express a godly, loving affection toward others.
Right.
You just got to be guilty of that. But I ain't through yet. Remember them that are in bond, marriage, relationship, commitment. Right. Remember them that are in bond and that are bound with them. And them which suffer adversity as being yourselves also in the body. So I should not be ashamed to show affection to the one that I'm committed to the one that I'm loved, because look, we are connected as one in one body. I ain't through yet. It got one more verse. Marriage is honorable. Help me tonight. In all, marriage is honorable. In all, watch this. And the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. You can't be wild with it.
Right.
You can't cut up with it.
Right.
But you can apply it, and God does not mind us having Christian affection and to be able to do it in the public in a way that is pleasing unto Him.
Yes.
If I'm not operating in sin, but I'm operating in the sincere affection of what God called me to do, then guess what? God said, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing.
You still don't like me tonight.
People need to see couples loving on each other. They need to see that. They give them hope that, hey, one day I'm going to have that. It make them want it.
What?
It's just like you bring your kids up and they never see their mom and dad loving on each other. Never see daddy kiss mama. Never see daddy hug mama. Never see daddy just being kind to mama. What do you think they going to do when they get grown? They gonna do the same thing. Ain't gonna know how to show no kind of affection.
You're gonna have a people who have a breakdown in what it means to be in a relationship.
Yes.
Because they're not gonna know how to express emotion.
Thank you.
Now watch this here. Because Lady Taylor just pulled something up out of me. Why would you want me to be a robot and walk around mechanically in your tradition, not doing anything to express love to the one that God has connected me with, and you would know if I loved her or not? Because guess what? I would mechanically just always, we're side by side, standing up like two statues. You never see me cry, never see her. If I got through preaching, she never wipe my sweat and just sit up as the first lady with a big old camel hair in her hand, just sitting there, no love, no nothing, no just dead. I wouldn't want to follow a God. I wouldn't want to follow a God that didn't call me to a place of affection to show the trueness of who God really is. Yeah. And it breaks down all boundaries. Mm-hmm. But you want that robot and that perfect and upright and get away from here with that.
That's how a lot of people in marriages, relationships, that's how they end up divorced. Because they don't know how to show affection. That's how couples end up breaking up. Because they don't know how to show affection.
And people have power over the emotion that you show the one because you too busy worried about what they think.
People thinking that somebody else.
So I'm not gonna love her
and show some affection.
Oh no, I'm gonna lose her as opposed to loving her because that's what people think about what I should be doing.
Right. I hate to see.
So who you in a relationship with, them or her?
Okay. They have a saying of how, relationships supposed to look or...
How relationships supposed to look?
Or I'll say how, I guess a lady supposed to act. Some people get it twisted and think that, when you show affection as a lady...
You're loose.
Yeah.
You're loose.
Not true.
Well, who you showing affection to and what kind of affection are you showing?
Right. When you show affection to your husband, how do they think you got him in the first place?
What?
He has to show some kind of affection.
Did you say it out loud?
I said it. That's right.
That's right. You know what?
You hit the door right on the knob.
You put a hook in the hater then, ain't you? Mm-hmm. You put a hook in the hater and pulled them up out of the water and shook them then. A lot of times folks are upset and angry at the affection that you show the one you in love with because they ain't getting it.
They don't get it.
Oh, man.
They're not getting it.
You almost made me bump my head on the wall with
and
them
right there. Them be the ones that have a problem with people showing affection in public. Is the ones that they're not getting it.
The ice queen and the ice king. You ain't got nothing going on in your own life.
Yeah.
So you don't want me to have nothing going on in mine.
And you ought to wonder.
And I'm not going to throw my wife away and my relationship or my marriage away because you ain't got nothing going on yourself.
You ought to wonder. I would wonder if my husband didn't ever hold my hand or hug me or walk with me arm in arm, out in the public, I would think something was wrong.
You would?
I really would. I would think something wrong and want to know what is wrong with you. Why you ain't connecting with me like that? Why you not showing me that affection? Are you ashamed? That's what I'd be wondering.
Now,
are you hiding something from somebody?
Lady Taylor run game on y'all tonight.
I would be ashamed.
Are you sure?
I would be ashamed. That would bother me.
It would.
That would bother me if you never showed affection to me out in public. And we only did it behind closed doors.
I know that's right. Sister Fish said I'd call that joker out.
What you said.
You know what? And and vice versa. If it's male or female. If you want to express yourself in public, I can't hold your hand. You can't smile and wink and blink in my face.
Period. What they say, period. But
and is.
Yeah,
you hear me?
Okay, we have somebody that said, okay, it's COVID-19. What does that have to do with it? If you're sharing, especially if that's your spouse, or you guys are sharing a home, ain't no way COVID-19 should even be coming up in that kind of situation, in that discussion. Period.
What you mean COVID-19? What does she mean when she said COVID-19? What what she mean? So
because of COVID-19, you can't show affection.
That you're not supposed to be able to show affection with your mate because of COVID-19?
Nah.
Is that? I'm just saying. I just want to make sure. I need to get clarity with what's being said, so I'll be able to respond properly and not assume. I don't believe in assuming. I just want to be some clarity. So what you saying? He or she has an issue because of COVID?
That they don't want to show affection? Or you saying because of COVID-19 that the singles don't need to show affection?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they won't kiss and hold hands and stuff. You got to.
Well, again, you still can show affection because holding hands and cupping arms is one way of showing affection. You know, you go and touch stuff, you get out in the stores, I'm pretty sure when you go home, you're going to take a shower, you're going to wash your hands, you're going to sanitize your hands. So still, COVID-19 don't got nothing to do with showing affection.
She said just some people thoughts. And I guess we got to filter through that right there.
Okay.
Because now I'm going to be honest with you. I was very mindful when COVID-19 hit the land because my wife was shook. You even heard me preach it. She was very shook. very shook. And so with that being said, I would have to come home and strip down. We didn't understand the virus, first of all, anyway. Mm-mm. I was scared of it, and she was too. Mm-hmm. But as a man, I was not going to stop doing the things that I needed to do to make sure I had provision for my home. So I did go out a couple of times. I did the grocery shopping. I tried to do all that stuff to make sure they stayed home safe. If anybody was going to get sick, it had to be me. Yeah.
But let me come back with that one. Even after him doing all of that, at the end of the day, this is my husband, and if I would have had to catch COVID-19 because I had to sleep up under my husband or show him some love, give him a hug, greet him with a kiss when he came home, guess what? I'm going to have COVID-19 too. We in the same house. We in the same bed.
But let me say this to you. You ain't got to like me when I say this, and it ain't none of your business. COVID-19 brought about some amazing times.
They did.
During this time of crisis and time of calamity, COVID-19 brought us so close together.
We were able to spend so much time. I think
spiritually,
probably the most
physically,
time we ever had really
intimately. We spent an extreme amount of time together.
Just straight.
So COVID-19, what you said, COVID-19 really turned us up.
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes.
Don't you let COVID mess your house up. Get somewhere, COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And make sure you stay in the covenant of your marriage and take care of your house.
Because COVID-19 ain't going nowhere. So you mean to tell me you're gonna be away from, you're not gonna show your partner, your spouse. I'm talking about spouse. You're not gonna show your spouse no affection until COVID-19 go away? Get out of here.
What?
Get out of here.
Okay. And like she said, just thoughts, just thoughts, that random thoughts. And if that, look, you mean tell me COVID, leave it alone. But I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something that the Bible itself speaks of the Christian operating in affection. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give you all of it in one spiel. Galatians 5:22-23 says this. But the fruit of the Spirit, that means if God lives in you, the fruit of the Spirit, watch this, Lady Taylor, guess what it is? It's love. Joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against us, there is no law. There ain't no law against you walking upright and showing the love and affection of God. There ain't no law against it. You ain't going to make me guilty for being right in front of God.
Right.
I don't care what you, judge it not lest ye be judged.
Yes.
I don't care how you feel about it. Yes. As long as I'm pleasing in the eyesight of God.
Yes.
Y'all ain't got to like me at night, but Lady Taylor, you.
That's what's wrong with a lot of people. Because,
is it?
Yes, because when they don't see love shown between a husband and a wife, you know, what kind of example does that say? What does that say to the single people? What do that show them to look forward to? If they just if they see two people that's supposed to be married looking just like them. You understand what I'm saying? What do that say to them? If I could stay single and I don't see no difference in it, then why would I want to get married? If I was single, that's what I'd be thinking. If I seen couples that don't never show affection, you barely knew they was married unless somebody said.
So what am I going to commit to? Why would I commit?
Right.
What am I committing to?
Right.
Well, I mean, you know, and you know, God says, husband, love your wives as you love your own body. So what he says is, if you're going to take care of yourself, then surely you will take care of her.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I love myself.
And women really, we really need to be, and I've learned that men too. We as people have to be shown affection. We need attention. We need affection.
So why you said you learned it as men too?
Because I learned that, you know, I ain't gonna say was. I am a little selfish when it comes to showing affection, because I've always felt like the man should chase the woman. So for me to have to, I just feel like the woman should get more affection, because, you know, that you know, just felt right to me.
You do get more affection.
Right. And that's just my opinion and how I feel. But, you know, men want affection too.
They sure do.
They want affection just like we do. And need it just like we do.
Even if we don't get it.
I didn't think. Now you guess it. But I didn't think that men need affection like women do. But they do. They really do.
Well, God bless you.
I really didn't. And I guess because I was caught up, I ain't never really had to really show no affection.
But what are you in?
I'm in a marriage.
And also,
which makes it different.
What do you call what we're in? Not just a marriage, but it's a relationship.
Yeah.
And in a relationship, you have to relate to each other.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. It's a give and take. It's a take and give. Yes. You know, and it reciprocates. And I try to make sure. I learned that we love differently.
Yes.
But I overdo it. I overdo it. I really do. I overdo it.
Another face said, and sometimes more than women. Yes. Yes, they do.
Shut up! Shut up tonight. You shut your mouth.
Yes, they really do. You know.
What you trying to say?
Y'all love affection. And I think sometimes y'all do love affection more than the woman.
We do.
You really do.
We do. You know what? I am a man's man at the end of the day, but truth be told, in a marriage, especially with someone you really love, I want to reciprocate it back. I want it back. I need it back. You know what I'm saying? Because you cannot drink from an empty well.
Right. And
so if you are dishing out, somewhere you're going to have to be replenished yourself.
Yes.
You cannot dip from an empty well. You cannot benefit from a place that's empty. What are you going to draw from?
Right.
So that's why you have to give it back too.
Yes, you're certainly right.
Okay.
But it took me, I had to grow up, and I had to not be so selfish.
You were selfish?
Yes, because it was all about me to me, you know. It was just all about me. I was selfish, I admit that.
You done mess around and got delivered tonight. On live, on heart-to-heart live.
I admit I was selfish, and I thought it was all about me, and I felt like, you know, the woman shouldn't have to start off with showing affection to the man, that the man should always show the affection to the woman. But that's not right, and it's not true.
I like that, Claudia. Knows what Claudia, she says, give what you want.
You're certainly right.
And give what you want. Man, yes. Now that right there, you need to get a t-shirt for that one.
Yes.
Give what you want.
Yes.
Yeah. You see, the Bible said, be not deceived. God is not marked for whatever man soweth, that shall he also reap. And if I sow a good, and I sow amazing, and I sow all of that, then I should be able to reciprocate it. I'll be able to get it back. Give what you want. I love that. I love that.
Yes. So to those that don't show affection, you might want to think real careful. Why? Why wouldn't you? Why? I know some people are not touchy-feely people, but even with that being said, you know, for somebody just to show you a bit of kindness, show you that they're, that you mean something to them, you know, affection could even be, you know, just smiling with the Google eyes, you know, just looking at him, you know.
It won't work.
With a glaze, you know.
It won't work without some type of affection. The relationship will not work. You cannot. You can put two dead people in the room, and what you're gonna have when you get through is two dead people in the room.
Yeah, because it make you think if it's hard for you to show affection out in public, how is it when you're behind closed doors? You know, how
you think so?
Yeah, it should. It seemed like
so
it makes it harder.
It's gonna affect you either way.
Yeah, because if you love somebody or you really care for somebody, you're gonna express it. I don't want you to just be able to love on me and show me love behind closed doors. I want you to be able to love on me and show me love anywhere we go.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Is every now and then I'll mess with Lady Taylor in the grocery store and all that time. She said, "These folks gonna think something wrong with her." I said, "These folks gonna think we married." You know, right. These folks gonna think we married. They gonna see that big old ring on your finger. They gonna see that band on my finger, and they gonna know that I love my wife. You know, y'all, you hear me? Yeah. That's what they gonna think. Yeah. And if they don't think that, then God bless their heart.
Okay.
All right.
It's gonna be some people that's gonna be upset with us tonight. Ain't
Why?
For telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
But that's for real. If your spouse is not showing affection to you, you need to ask why. Why? You know, and if it's a legit reason why, you know, that they just not a look. Now, if they don't do that behind closed doors, then hey, just who the person is, and you gotta ask yourself why. Not yourself, but ask them why. I would want to know why.
Why?
Why you can't show affection to me? And I ain't talking about no tongue and all down no throat. I ain't talking about hunching on nobody out in public. I ain't talking about that kind of affection. I'm talking about maybe a kiss, and I mean a kiss, a peck. I ain't said tonguing, I said a kiss. Or a hug. Or, you know, hold my hand while we walking, you know. Sometimes me and my husband in the store, and we been he may went down one way and I went the other, but we meet back up. I be like this right here. Like, give me, come on.
She does.
You know.
She want me to catch up.
Catch up, come on.
And she wants to lead me, want to make sure that
we together.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Right. And I ain't saying that, you know, you got to walk through the whole store holding hands the whole entire time. And I ain't saying you got to do that all the time. But sometimes, you know, it's just nice to feel, you know, that the love of your partner not ashamed of you. That he want to be with you. You know, that he's proud of you. Proud of what he got. And the same thing as a woman, that she's proud of what she got. You know, hey, this is my man. And you want people to know that. Well, let me speak for self. I need them to know that this is my man. This is my husband. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not ashamed to be your man.
I'm going to hold his arm. I'm going to hold his hand.
In private or in public.
I'm going to give my husband, greet my husband with a kiss. And, you know.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Do you see what Nikki said? She said a little bit goes a long way.
Yes, and it's those little things that go a long way. Yeah. Just say your husband going off to work or your wife going off to work. When they get out the car, give them a kiss. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, even if they going into a door, you done walk them in the building and you get them a kiss, get them a hug, something, you know. That may be the last time you see that person. And you'll wish you would have gave them a hug or a kiss.
You wish?
Yeah, you'll wish you would have did that.
So it's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with showing with a public display of affection. There's nothing wrong with you being a vessel of love and showing godly love, respectful love. There's nothing wrong with that. And don't let nobody make you feel bad for being the vessel you are and walking in love. It's dangerous when people can make you stop loving yourself and stop loving others.
Yes, I feel like when you in love with somebody or you really care about a person, That's all you want to show them is love. It makes you want to show that person you love them, not just behind closed door, but anytime you around them, anytime you see them, and that's what affection is.
See, girl, that's my problem. I'm so in love with you. I want to show it to you everywhere I go. I ain't lying. I'm just messed up like that.
But I did want to ask one question to Catrice. Was there a reason why she don't like it?
And I
if you still there, answer that question for me. Is there a reason why you don't like showing affection in public? That's what I would like to know. For those that don't like to show affection in public, just help me understand why. Help me understand your point of view.
It could be because of what she wants to walk worthy of a calling, and she doesn't want to be. She says she's not naturally affectionate. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. But now watch this, Sister McCoy, and you're going to find this out. You don't have to be naturally affectionate, but when God sends you your Boaz,
yes,
He going to pull it out of you.
Yes.
Oh, because when you come together, it's gonna become natural.
Yes.
Lady Taylor just shared with you, she was selfish to a degree until she understood that watch this. She's not my equal, she's my balance.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She's my balance. She's not my equal, she's my balance. And so guess what? When I was leaning more here, because of who she is, it brought me down here, what made us meet up here.
Yes.
Do you understand me? So when God sends you your Boaz, when He sends you that joker that recognizes that you are His favor and His good thing, girl, you ain't got to worry about whether or not you're naturally affectionate or not.
It's going to
bloom
happen.
like a flower. It's just going to come out.
Yeah.
Because that joker that God sends you is going to be able to touch your heart in a way that no one could.
Yes.
And it's going to come out.
Let me tell y'all something. When my husband first, he used to say, well, he ain't gonna say used to. He used to say when we first got together, when we first got married and first started really dating, courting, he used to say, I love you about 50 times before we got off the phone. I wasn't used to that. I was not used to saying I love you all the time. And so he'll say I love you, and in my head, I'm like, didn't he just tell me that? But I got used to it. And after what he said it so much, now he better not get off no phone without saying, now I'm the one. I'm like, I love you, babe. I love you too. We both do it. But I wasn't used to that. But when God gives you somebody that's for you and you love that person, it ain't going to be hard to do.
Let me tell you what God allowed me to do I heard her say, she country girl, coding. So coding, we was coding, dating, yeah. I prophesied a thing to her, and I said, no man will love you like I will.
Yeah.
I'm not, no man will love you like I will. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make sure of it. No man. She said, you don't know what I've experienced. I said, no man. So you see, I ain't lying.
And he has lived up to his word.
Said, no man will love you like I will. Because I knew that I was the one.
He lives up to it too.
I knew I was the one. I knew I was the one. And no one could make the sacrifices that I was willing to make for this woman. No one will love you like I will. And God allowed me to prophesy that. And guess what? I've been trying to do all I can to make good on that prophecy from day one.
And another thing, I wasn't a big kisser. I remember my husband, he used to ask me for a kiss, and I'd be like, I don't kiss.
Yeah, she said she didn't kiss.
I don't kiss.
She did. She said she didn't kiss.
I was not a big kisser.
And that really threw me off. I'm like, hey, I can't even kiss the girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was just like, okay. But he didn't give up. So he'll try, he'll give me and finally, I'll do the little peck. I'll be like,
she'll side y'all, you know. I got a kid like grandma on it.
But you can't beat me now. You can't beat me, and I'll kiss them, and I love them, and But it goes again when God sends somebody for you, things change, and you develop these. You develop affections and emotions that you want to express and you want to show them.
Sister McCoy, that man just told you he'll take care of the very essence of who you are. When he told you he will take care of your heart, He told you he'll take care of your heart. That simply means he cares deeply.
Yes.
He cares about you.
Yes.
You. And so be careful in that. That God continues to keep that thing, and keep it fresh, and make sure he's consistent.
Yes.
Because some of us jokers can talk a good talk, but it ain't about talking.
Right.
It's about walking.
Right.
Help me tonight.
Right. And don't get, and
Janelle said she understand. I guess Janelle want no kissing him.
And that goes, when you're not, like you said, you're not a naturally affectionate person. That goes to when you're with somebody and you're in a commitment. When you're in a commitment with somebody, you're gonna have to meet them halfway. So you may not be an affectionate person, but like you may not be the huggy, lovey, kissing all in public, but you need to express some kind of affection.
And I learned this because Angie Davis said this, which takes us to the levels of affection.
Right.
Since we are loving creatures, the level of affections is not always something that we practice physically. Sometimes it's just being able to go to a place on a mental level. A conversation might be an expression of affection. We might googly eye one another, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or might smile, or like Taylor said earlier, we might long gaze. Sometimes she can just there's a certain breath that she can breathe in the air, and it makes me read into a thing, because you have to discern what you're dealing with. So affection is not something all the time that human beings have gotten it twisted. We believe the only way that we can express love is if we touching and get naked, and that's not true. That's not true. I love it beyond all of that, because it's so much more packed down inside of that.
Yes,
it's so much more, and you're gonna need that.
Yes.
When all that other stuff shifts in your life, you're gonna need the very essence of who that person really is, and that's what I fell in love with.
Right.
I fell in love with.
And just think, if you with, even if you with a like you said, you're dating and you in a relationship with this guy or this woman that you plan on, trying to go further with, and if they're not showing you no affection and y'all just dating, just what do you think your marriage will be like? If they're not showing you no affection and y'all just dating, or y'all are just partners, what do you think your marriage is gonna be like?
Partners.
Then you end up being with this person, then you get married to him and you in the house with them, and then you say, he won't even come home and give me no hug. He don't even give me no kiss. I wish he would just rub my feet. I wish, or she don't even touch a nigga head, or she don't even rub my back. What?
We just let you.
That's right. If you don't have that before, those are characters and things that you look for in the beginning of the relationship, not at the end.
But Sister Thing, thrill ain't never been gone, and thrill ain't never been there.
Exactly.
You can't go nowhere that it ain't never been.
Then you wonder, why he don't do this? Why we don't do this? Why we don't go to the park and walk and hold hands? Well, you didn't do it at first. Think when you grow with somebody, you get attached with people. Especially when we be wanting more when we didn't want it in the beginning. We settle for not having it in the beginning, and guess what? Men, they get stuck that way. We weren't doing it at first, so what we got to do it now for? That's how a lot of people think.
So you saying don't have high expectations,
right?
If you come through the door and we've been cool,
yes,
learn how to be cool with your cool buddy.
Now, if you're dating and you're like, he showed too much affection, well, you let him know, hey, we're just dating. And at least he's showing some affection, showing you that he's interested. But you don't have to. It's like I said, there's certain levels to affection. To show that you're interested in a person. Now, if you got somebody and they never show you affection, you should wonder about them. Even somebody that's with you, that respects you, respects your calling, they're going to show some affection.
Oh, so Faith said when they playing around, she's not meant when it's physical. She's going to if you're playing around, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes playtime get over. When playtime's over.
Yeah.
Right. What you got left?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
You.
But the answer to that is yes, it is okay for Christians to show affection.
It is okay.
Respectful affection.
Yes.
In public.
Yes. It's okay.
It is okay.
It's okay.
Love your spouse. Show love to your partner. It doesn't mean that you have to always be physical. It doesn't mean, I'm not saying go have sex. I'm not saying make out. I'm saying it's okay to give your husband a hug or a kiss or holding hands. It's okay, to stir up in each other's eyes. It's okay to show love to your spouse. It's okay. And even the singles and you're dating, it's okay to hold hands. It's okay to hug.
But always date with purpose.
Right.
Always date with purpose.
Well, I ain't gonna say dating. I'm just gonna say when you're involved in a relationship. I'll say that.
Yeah, something that's committed.
Right.
Something that there's a devotion to.
Right.
Yes.
When it's two people that are making a commitment to each other.
Yeah.
It is okay to show affection.
As long as you ain't in a relationship with a little boy or a little girl, you act like grown folk then.
That's right.
Come look his face and keep it clean.
That's right. Keep it clean.
That's right.
And classy.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Tonight has been wonderful. I just had to, this was on my heart and on my mind because I've seen so many people. I even, heard one time somebody say, and this gonna be it for me, feel like, as a pastor and a first lady, that the pastor hugged the woman a little bit too tight or, in front of people. That's your wife. He's your husband. You hug them how you want to hug them. You ain't grabbing tail and, grabbing private parts. People need to see closeness. They need to see love, and they need to see that, hey, as a married couple, they love each other. And
I'm hugging my wife, not your wife.
Bam.
You understand what I'm saying? That's my wife. I'm trying to hug my wife. Yeah. I ain't filling up on your folk. That's my wife. And I'm gonna keep it. Like she said, keep it classy, keep it clean. And I am an absolute gentleman because that's what I was raised to be.
And me personally, I don't care what nobody say or think. They gonna know. First lady love her husband. And they gonna know. Pastor love his wife. Because guess what? I'm gonna show affection every chance I get. And so is he. Yeah. As they say, in that order.
In that order. Look, we're grateful that you guys chimed in with us tonight on Heart to Heart with the Taylors. I told you Lady Taylor was gonna put that weight on me tonight. She put that heat on me tonight. And you know what? Still gotta do our date night stuff. Yes. Still gotta spend our time because guess what? We love showing affection to each other.
Yes.
And we love investing in our relationship. Look, that's my seed for tonight. That's my life seed. Learn how to make the right investment so you can get the right return. Say that again. My cousin Claudette said something earlier. She said you give what you want.
Right.
And so learn how to make the right investment so you can get the right return.
Yes. Love on your spouses. Love on them. Don't make them feel unwanted. Don't neglect your spouse. Please don't neglect your spouse. Everybody need a little love. So we're going to end this note on, we love you guys. And there is more than one way to show affection other than being physical. We're not just talking about physical. Everybody wants some affection showed to them. So keep that in mind. Show your partners some affection. Or somebody else will. We love you guys. And
Love you
thank
guys
for tuning in.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And so glad to have you on tonight as we sipped a little tea and I drunk a little water.
Yes.
And she laid it down with a heart to heart with the Taylors. Look, we'd love to see you next week.
Yes.
Hope you guys get a chance to chime in. Invite somebody. Tell somebody.
Yes, share.
That's it. Like the page. As Lady Taylor said, go to YouTube, subscribe.
Yes.
We'd love to have you part of the family.
Yes, hit that notification button so that you'll be able to know when we're tuning in every Wednesday at 6. We love you guys. You all have a blessed and great night.
Good night.
Good night.